Good morning, everybody. There is a mix on the picture, so I'm Gilles and he's Pierre. First of all, let me say that Pierre and I, we are very glad to be here today and to give you a feedback of still running implementation of AS 13100. And to do this, first, I will give you some key figures about our company, Aubert and Duval, and then I will describe how we've worked on what we call our foundations, so AS 13100, but also APQP and human factors. And then Pierre will explain how we built a new quality organization on this foundation and the quality roadmap resulting on all that. So first, about Aubert and Duval, we can say, to sum up, we are a metallurgical, raw material, long product, and parts producer. We have melting shop, air melting shop, but also vacuum induction melting, remelting equipment, electroslag refusion, remelting or vacuum arc remelting, and all the equipments to transform the material, forging, several presses, hot and cold rolling mill, and also at the finishing, many machining equipment, and also NDT equipments, and 2 laboratories. Totally, it's around a little bit more 4,000 people, and an annual revenue around this year, it will be even more, 600 million euros. Here on this slide, we have the location of our plants in France, and we have also 2 in the rest of the world, in Spain and in India. The biggest plant are Les Ancis, just close to Clermont-Ferrand, in north of Clermont-Ferrand. Les Ancis is about 1,400 people, and mainly dedicated to special alloys and high-performance steels, and also titanium, as UCAD, the titanium forge, is within Les Ancis. And very close Les Ancis, there is Eco-Titanium, who is our recycling titanium facilities. Then, in the south of France, you have Pamiers plants. Pamiers is the plant where we are mainly producing all the engine parts, and it's about 1,100 people. And then, in the center, also very close to Clermont-Ferrand, Issoire and Interforge. Interforge is the plant where you can see the very huge press, 65 kilotons press, and Issoire is producing mainly aluminum parts. Obviously, aeronautics and space is our main market. It represents 63% of our sales, and on this 63%, 1/3, in fact, concerns the engine. So it means that engine parts represents 20% of our total sales. Another very important market for us is energy and defense, where we are strongly involved in nuclear, civil, and military, and all this part, it's about 30%. We have also some specialties for some other applications. Just to focus on engine, here you have examples of parts we are producing, and depending the location of the parts and the need our customer has, we can produce some aluminum parts for the spinner, for example, but also titanium for the disc, and nickel-based alloy or very high-performance steel for other parts like shaft or other disc. This is for the quick presentation, and coming back to the route to AS 13100, our journey began, in fact, in February 2022, when we decided to use the matrix self-assessment and to start the gap analysis. It's not very easy to see it on the picture, but at the beginning, we worked on all our plants, and in fact, one sheet of Excel file is for one plant. We put in place, in fact, a specific task group in order to make the synthesis of all the plants. Meanwhile, in fact, we tried to use all the training tools we have, and to be honest, and in my opinion, the videos available are very well done and very useful, and so we push harder to our management to see this video. And at that date, a little bit less than 40% of our management have already seen this video. And as there are also some mandatory trainings, we have, in fact, realized all these trainings for the requested population. It's around, in fact, 50 people. In May of this year, we were ready to have our global compliance action plan. And in fact, for almost all the lines, we have an action to do, except one, but I think we will have the opportunity to discuss about that, except one about visual acuity, because we don't know how to be compliant. And if we have a look on the mathematical ratio of percentage of compliance, in fact, as we start in Pamiers, as I told you, it's our plant dedicated to engine. In Pamiers and Issoire plant, we are around 75%, and Les Ancis around 40%. But today, 99% of all the lines have an action. And in fact, we are not yet compliant because it takes time to get all actions completed. Clearly, for us, there are some benefits in this journey. And it gives us the opportunity to really standardize all our quality tools. And we really appreciate all the available common trainings and your methodology support. And as a proof of that, we are trying to reuse all these standards. In fact, for all our plants, it means for all our markets, even if, in fact, engine represents only 20%. But, as has been already said, there are some points of attention. There are still some customer-specific requirements demanding some effort for us. And as it's a real improvement of skills and mindset, it's a cultural issue, in fact. It takes time, and we need to get resources available. One of the most important in AS 13100 is APQP. This we started earlier, end of 2019, with a POC, a proof of concept, on Pamiers and Issoire plant. At that time, we had, in fact, 6 pilot projects. To develop our parts, it takes time. It's around 1 year or 18 months. So we had to take this time to understand really how to perform under APQP. But in March 2022, there was the decision to go to a real full APQP. It means for all the projects in Pamiers and Issoire, and to generalize it to all the plants. To do that, first, we have had to create a specific matrix in order to decide how we are going to implement APQP. Because it's not exactly the same for nuclear market and for engine market. So we decided depending on the development criticality or customer requirement, to have a different level. C means customer, so we have to perform all the mandatory deliverables, and I mean internal, so we have a possibility to adapt and to get to, in fact, to perform some of the deliverables. In May of this year, we wrote a general procedure for all the plants, the same procedure for all the plants to realize APQP, and now we are deploying it on the plants. Here also, there are many benefits. Clearly, to work with APQP, it makes our product management easier and better organized. Now, all our projects, for all of our projects, we have flowcharts, FMEA, key characteristic list, and control plans. And it allows us a better anticipation, and so we are able to mitigate the risk in advance. And another important point is that we are working more and more with cross-functional teams. Here also, and it's the same, there are some, in fact, we don't really understand why there are so many different customer templates to perform APQP. And there are two topics a little bit more difficult for us. It's about MSA, measurement system analysis. It's something we have some difficulties to take. And also the sub-tier management, because it's not so easy, depending on our subcontractors, to ask them to perform also APQP. We have to keep pragmatic. Anyway, our ambition is to deploy APQP on all major modifications and new projects by the end of 2024. And using the maturity assessment tool, you can see that now, at date, we are at 65% for Pamiers and Issoire, and a little bit less at Les Ancis, but really our target is to get higher results for all the plants. Last but not least of foundation is human factors. In fact, human factors are included in our safety management system roadmap. We have to now to implement, as our customers are requested, a safety management system. And human factors, in fact, it's the work package 4, in which we will promote product safety. And we are going to train all employees on critical parts, on Dirty Dozen, and we are going also to use Dirty Dozen as in our cause analysis and the software we are using to do that. Just an example of what we are going to do, what we are doing to avoid and limit human error. For example, for all manual NDT, we are trying to eliminate all the human parameters. It means we are performing some simulation implementation, maximize UT mapping, and also working on virtual test of a control. And also for penetrant inspection or magnetic, we are also trying to get some automation for detection. So this is for the foundation, and so now Pierre is talking about the building.
Thank you, Gilles. Hello, everybody. So as you may notice, we have several sites, industrial sites. Aubert and Duval grown through acquisition, and each site has its own specificity. So to support this kind of deployment of APQP standards, we imagine that it's not feasible with different systems. So we had the opportunity through the acquisition with the new shareholders of Aubert and Duval by beginning of May this year to rethink our organization and rethink our quality organization. So what we made, we had 5 mottos. First, we want an independence for quality. Quality was depending on the head of site, who were in charge of production and quality, so this no way anymore. We had the motto to drive the consolidation of our quality system, which is different today again, still different. We want one system for Aubert and Duval for all sites. We want to improve synergies and continuity of our products across the sites. Products goes from Les Ancis to Pamiers, for example, and we want continuity on the system. We want to develop the progress for sites, for production, but also for functions, whatever logistic or human resources. And we want also to implement standards in our project management, in the way we use APQP and develop that. So what do we make? We keep the organization on the site, so it's what you have on the red boxes on the right, on the left side for you of the graph. So you have quality for Les Ancis, for Pamiers, for Issoire, whatever site. And we develop, we started with 4 transversal directions that are quality system management, in charge of harmonizing our system, of compliance, of audits, reinforce also our safety management system, risk management. They are also responsible for NDE expertise. We create a second one, which is progress and customer quality. So progress to define our progress system, and customer quality to be able to answer to our customer for all the sites, for a product across the site, which were not the case in each time. Why do we merge progress and quality, customer quality? Because we are convinced that we will progress with our customer. So we will feed our progress plan with customer feedbacks. Third one is transformation and development with 2 axes. Ensure the consistency of our transformation plan. So transformation plan, they will not be the owner of the projects of transformations. There are plenty of them, but we want consistency. Development, they will be in charge to support all the APQP deployment for new projects. And the last one, the supplier and subcontractors quality, to manage quality of our products outside Aubert et Duval when we have subcontractors, and also to help them growing and applying AS 13100, for example. Once we shape this organization, we made a new matrix. We are good at matrix and at Excel in Aubert et Duval. We make a new matrix, having a look on the reference manual and where does it fit responsibility for each service or department. And we can see that it's quite equally distributed in the new organization we shaped. So we are quite confident that all is not handled by one sector, but everyone is contributing to this maturity. Once we have an organization, we need a plan. So our plan is around 7 bricks. You will find there the bricks we have discussed already. So tools, I spoke about different seats, different systems. Every site today have a different ERP that does not speak with the other sites. So we want one unique ERP. Human factors, we spoke about also. I don't know if you noticed, but human factor is even in the presentation, because in the summary at the very beginning, I think it's written IAS 13,300 and not 13,1000. So we read it, we write it, we read it, we reread it, we send it, and it's come here today on the stage. So human factor is everywhere, it's the proof. So for human factor, we intend to make training on our people. We intend to reduce the human intervention with automatization, for example, for NDE. And we intend also to deploy safety center on each of sites of Aubert et Duval. So it will be safety center for people being aware of their safety, which is, of course, our priority, and aware about safety of products. Brick around development and industrialization, so for APQP. Quality system, we spoke about for one quality system for all Aubert et Duval. Reinforce also our competency on audit. Delegation, we want to give back authority to production for the non-quality treatment at first level. We will deploy control plan quality will be responsible for. Outsourcing management for our subcontractors, progress and excellence, define our system of excellence. We launch assessments through Aero Excellence, which is held by GIFAS in France, and that will give us a base on where we are today. With these bricks, we have a roadmap behind there, so it's not empty bricks and just a vision that we want to do that and let's see what happens. So we have, I will not enter into detail of each line, but we have quite a complete plan with actions. Some of them we start in May, so some of them are not yet still detailed, very detailed, but we are quite advanced on this plan, and we have now to follow the plan. To conclude, I will say 3 words: standardization, support, and quality improvement. So in fact, it's 4 words, but it's 3 ideas. Standardization, thanks for that. Thanks for all the efforts you are making in the AS 13100 committee. There is still discrepancies that leads to many complexity in our system, but thank you for what has been done. Let's continue. Support, thank you also for all the materials that is available, all the training and the support you offer. It's a good thing and it helps us a lot. Quality improvement, for sure, it will take time, it will take resources, but we are convinced that at the end of the journey, quality will have seriously improved. So 3 thank you for the support, thank you for inviting us today, and thank you for your attention.